Welcome to the ACBL Hollywood Magic Tournament lecture series. This is my favorite play technique that I'm about to share with you. It's called the strip Inplay. So let's get started. I'm from Dallas, Texas. And so when I developed my materials for the strip Inplay, I had to naturally call the mechanics of the strip Inplay the tex. Dallas, Texas, tex, right? So we're going to be looking at how we can make our opponents give us a trick or maybe two. And the key to a strip Inplay is at trick one. You can see it without knowing where the high cards are, without knowing the distribution of the hands. It's one of the simpler, more advanced play techniques out there. So let's talk about the planning. Okay, the planning of a strip Inplay. What are we talking about? We are wanting to, well, let's look at it this way. How do you recognize a strip Inplay? Take a look at these never ever suits I have on the screen for you. The first example in the club suit, we have the Queen XX, and those X's just stand for spot cards, opposite the Jack XX. This is a very common strip Inplay never ever suit. And what do I mean by never ever suit? It means I don't want to have to lead the suit as declare. It would be much better if I could get the defender to lead the suit. The second most common never ever suit is King Jack X opposite Ace 10X. And it can be any combination where that Jack 10 is. It's just a guess for the queen. If you see a suit combination come down in dummy and you say to yourself, oh, I've got to figure out which defender has the queen, think strip Inplay. Our final type of strip Inplay here is King third opposite Jack fourth. And again, it could be Jack fourth opposite King third. It's just any combination where you're missing some honors, right? And all three of these examples were missing honors. And if your opponents lead the suit, they help you eliminate losers in this trick. I'm not saying you can eliminate all the losers, but I'm just saying maybe it's the difference between making a contract and not making a contract. So let's look at the four suits. I mentioned just briefly that it's something you can see at trick one. Okay, so let's look at the trump suit. The trump suit, you need to have enough trump in both hands so that after you eliminate the trumps in your defender's hands, you have at least one trump between your hand and in the dummy. Okay, so the declarer's hand has at least one trump left and the dummy has at least one trump left and the defenders are out of the trump. Okay, so that's an important factor. If you don't have a trump suit that can do that, you don't have a strip Inplay. The next suit you need to identify is the elimination suit. Okay, and that's one that can be stripped out of the declare hand and the dummy hand to where the declare is void and the dummy is void. Okay, so neither hand has any cards in the elimination suit. And the final suit is the one that we're going to exit to our opponents. We're going to throw our opponents in at the end of the hand and force them to give us a trick. Okay, so from the top, when the dummy comes down, first thing you want to do is recognize your never ever suit. If you don't have a never ever suit, it's not a strip Inplay hand. Go on to your next list of play techniques. Once you identify a never ever suit, check out your trump suit. Make sure that you can eliminate the trumps from your defender's hands and still have a trump left in both declare hand and the dummy. Next, look for a suit that you can strip out of both hands, the declarer's hand and the dummy, and be void in both of them. And finally, you've got to have a suit that you have a loser in. Okay, you've got to have a loser because you have to throw your opponent in with that suit and watch them squirm. Okay, so let's come back to the trump suit. How can you tell if you have a trump suit that qualifies for a strip Inplay? Well, I've got two comparison suits here. Let's look at the spade suit first. Okay, so we have 5 spades opposite 3 spades, so we have 8 spades, which means the opponents have 5 spades. Okay, so when we're missing an odd number of cards, they break as evenly as possible, which is 3-2. Well, if we have to play 3 rounds of trump to eliminate the 3 spades in one of our defender's hands and the 2 spades in the other defender's hand, what we're going to be doing is also eliminating the 3 spades from our dummy. So 5 3-fifths don't work out to be in play trump suits. But 4 4-fifths or better are what you're looking for. So let's look at the heart suit here. Again, we have 8 trump. So our opponents have 5. The odds are that they're going to break 3-2. And in order to eliminate our opponent's spades, or in order to eliminate our opponent's trump, we have to play 3 rounds of trump. Okay, well, let's say we play 3 rounds of hearts here. It leaves us with a trump in declare's hand and a trump in the dummy. Just what we need for a strip in play. So we're going to take a look at a hand now, and we're going to have the opponents lead a suit in which we are given a ruff and a slough. Okay, and I'm going to talk more about what do you do when you're given that slough and a ruff. There's actually a trick to it. And then on the back side, I'll give you a defensive tip for when you're stripping and played. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go over to my doggies table. These are my 4 dogs. Rhodey and Shepherd are King Charles's, and they are partners. And Blue and Snooky are my big dogs, and they are a Belgian Malinois and a black lab. Okay, so we're talking bridge here, but I have to introduce you to my dogs. They come to all of my classes. They're quite the declare play amongst themselves now. Okay, so let's start with the auction. All great declares start with the auction. So in this case, South is the dealer, and South has a 22-point hand. Okay, we've got 21 high card points and a linked point, so we've got 22 points. And we're going to start with a 2 club opener. West is going to pass, and North is going to bid 2 diamonds. It's going to come back to South, who's going to bid 2 no. And West passes, and North bids 3 club stamen. Hey, partner, do you have a 4-card major? And South says, why, thanks for asking. I have a 4-card major, and I've got a little surprise for you. And then it comes back to North, and North bids game. So the final contract is 4 spades. And our opening lead is the King of Hearts. And now we see both hands. Now it's time to go to work, right? So let's count our losers from South's hand. And we're going to start with the spade suit. And in the spade suit, we've got a couple of losers, but then we look over to North's hand and no losers in the spades. In the heart suit, we have a loser. The Jack of Hearts is a loser. We look over to North's hand, no cover cards for the Jack of Hearts, so we have 1 loser in hearts. Clubs are looking mighty fine, right? Ace, King, Queen of clubs, no losers there. But that diamond suit, I don't want to ever lead that diamond suit, all right? It would be much better for me if my defenders would lead the diamond suit for me. I'd have a chance of eliminating a loser. If I'm left to lead diamonds, I might very well lose 3 diamond tricks. Odds are pretty high. I'll lose 3 diamond tricks. But if I can have the opponents lead that suit, then I'm going to have a great chance of having only 2 losers, right? So if I can manage a strip in play, then I'll have 1 heart loser and 2 diamond losers and make my game. So I've identified my never ever suit as diamonds, right? So let's just keep a little scorecard over here. Never ever suit is diamonds. And let's see, the trump suit is spades. We got that, right? And well, can we pull trump and still have trump left in both hands? Let's do that analysis. All right, let's go up here where we have some blank space. We have 9 trump. The opponents have 4. When we're missing an even number of cards in a suit, they are likely to break 3-1. And yes, they could break 2-2. Yes, of course, spades could break 2-2, but odds are they break 3-1. So we're making our declare plan at trick 1 based on odds. So even if we have to play 3 rounds of trump to eliminate all of the spades in east and west hands, we're still going to have at least 1 trump left in north hand and 2 trumps left in south's hand. Okay, so trump suit, check. We have our never ever suit. That's the diamond suit. We have the trump suit that we can eliminate the defender's trumps and still have a spade left in both hands. Now we look for our elimination suit. Our elimination suit is one in which we have the capability of eliminating out of both the declarer's hand and the dummy. Well, looks like the club suit here is a good candidate. We can cash off the ace, king, queen of clubs and be void in both hands. All right, so check. We have our never ever suit is diamonds, our trump suit is spades, and our elimination suit is clubs. And finally, we need our exit suit. We need the suit that we have a loser in that we can exit to our defenders and force them to lead our never ever suit. We're going to come all the way back around to our never ever suit. And that is going to be the hearts. All right, so all 4 suits have their job. If any one of these suits is missing their job, you have no in play. Go back to your declare play checklist of options of techniques and choose one because it's not going to be the strip in play. Okay, so let's see how this looks in play. King of Hearts opening lead. And we play the 4 of hearts from the north hand. East is going to play the 2, and we're going to win the ace. Now, a lot of times it's right to duck a trick on opening lead when you have a loser in the hand. But remember, our exit suit has to have a loser that we can put our opponents in at the end of the hand, not at the beginning of the hand. Right? So we need to preserve our loser, in other words, by winning our ace of hearts. Then we text. We pull trump, we eliminate our suit, that's our club suit, and then we exit to our opponents. So let's text now. We win the ace of hearts in south's hand, and let's go ahead and play a low spade over to north's ace, and a spade back to south's king. Now both opponents happen to follow here, so trumps are pulled. Right? At trick 1, we were going to assume that the trumps were dividing 3-1 and plan on 3 rounds of trump. However, if both opponents follow on 2 rounds, the trump were 2-2 and the opponents no longer have trumps in their hand. Okay, so we've taken care of the T in text. Now we're going to eliminate our club suit. So let's cash the ace of clubs. And everybody follows. Cash the king of clubs. And everyone follows. Cash the queen of clubs. And now we're at a crossroads. That exit suit that I mentioned earlier, the heart suit in our example here, the key to that exit suit is it has to be evenly divided. At the point that we exit to the opponent to play our never ever suit, preferably, right? We have to be void in both hands. We have to be void in south's hand and void in north's hand, right? The elimination suit took care of the club suit, and now we're working on the exit suit, right? If we were to discard a diamond, the 3 of diamonds here on the queen of clubs, our exit suit would not be evenly divided. So we have to recognize to exit to our opponent and have a void in both hands, we've got to have an evenly divided exit suit, right? So in this case, we must discard the 8 of hearts so that we only have 1 heart in both hands as East follows. Now, we've pulled trump. That's the T of text. We've eliminated the clubs. That's the E of text. And now we're going to exit to our opponent. And I'm going to go ahead and show you West's hand now so you can see what's about to happen to them. Okay, West wins their Queen of Hearts. Fine, right? They have to do something. They have to win it. If they duck it, well, then we just have 3 diamond losers and we make our contract. If they win the Queen of Hearts, though, let's analyze West's options here. Okay, let's say they lead a club. Okay, let's say they lead a club. Well, we don't have any clubs in North's hand or South's hand, so we can ruff in the North hand and discard in the South hand. Now look at South's hand. South just has 2 diamond losers. We've given up the Queen of Hearts, and now we can have 2 diamond losers for making our game. What if instead of the 10 of clubs, West decides to lead a heart? The same thing happens. We can trump in the North hand and discard in the South hand. Again, having only 1 heart loser and our 2 diamond losers remaining. What if instead West decides they want to play diamonds? Okay, let me show you East hand as we play the diamond suit. If West cashes the ace of diamonds and leads a diamond over to East's King 10, well, East has a chain, and East has to make a decision. Do they want to play the 10 of diamonds and have South win the Queen, in which case Declare only has 2 diamond losers? Or do they want to play the King of diamonds and now South's Queen is good and Declare ends up with just 2 diamond losers and the Queen of Hearts, right? So there's no exit play for West. There's no good play. Once you're in played, you're done. And sometimes, you know, the funny part about it is you can see you're about to be in played and there's rarely anything you can do about it. So what I'm going to give you is, I told you I was going to give you a defensive tip on this, on the side. If you find yourself in played and let's go back to the Ace of Diamonds play. Instead of giving your opponent what they want you to do, right? The whole reason we're doing this strip in play technique on the defenders is to get them to play our never ever suit. So the last thing as defender you want to do is play that never ever suit, okay? So you pick either clubs or hearts in this case. Sometimes you only have 1 suit to give them a slough and a rough in, but if you have 2, just pick one of them, right? And give your Declare a slough and a rough. And let me show why you want to do that. Because sometimes your Declare accidentally in plays you, okay? It happens. It happens a lot. And if you simply give them a slough and a rough and they don't know that they've in played you, they might just discard from the wrong hand. And look what happens if they do that. They've trumped your club. They didn't do that. They did indeed trump your club. But look at South's hand now. South Declare is back to playing the never ever suit. So how do you make sure as Declare you take advantage of when you strip and in play your defender? Let's go back to the 10 of clubs lead. And let's say the 10 of clubs is led. And here's your final rule, Okay, back on the slide when we were talking about how do you identify a strip in play, I said, well, once you're given that slough in a rough, I was going to show you how do you execute that slough in a rough? Once your opponent, your defender, has given you a slough in a rough, how do you get it right? What you want to do, if your never ever suit is unevenly divided, which is our case here, we have 4 diamonds in North's hand and 3 diamonds in South's hand. If that's the case, then you always, 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 and you rarely hear me say always, you always take the discard out of the shorter never ever suit side, not the shorter trump side. Okay, your mind's going to want to play games on you, not the shorter trump side, but the shorter never ever suit side. So that means we want to take our discard out of South's hand. And let's see what happens here. We trump with North spade as East is following, and we discard out of our shorter never ever suit side. And now focus on South's hand here. You only have 2 diamonds to lose. You lost the Queen of Hearts. That was our throw-in card. And now you have to give up 2 diamond tricks for making your game. And that's our in play. So let's go back to wrap things up to our checklist again, right? All 4 suits have a job. The first thing you want to recognize is that you even have a never ever suit. Another way of recognizing it, I've put up 3 common ones for our discussion in this lesson, but you can also say to yourself, do I have to guess any card? Do I have to guess where the ace is, or do I have to guess where the queen is? Sometimes do I have to guess where the jack is, right? Which defender holds these cards? If you say yes to any of those questions, you have a never ever suit. It would be better for the defenders to lead that suit for you. Once you identify your never ever suit, check out your trump suit, make sure you can pull the defender's trump and still have a trump left in declarer's hand and the dummy. If that is satisfied, check out for an elimination suit where you can void both hands, the declarer's hand and the dummy's hand, of one suit. And then finally, if you have all 3 of those elements, check to see if you have a suit that's evenly divided, or perhaps you can make evenly divided, as in our example, with 1 loser. And then you have all of the elements for a strip in play. And then it's all about text. Pull your trump, eliminate your suit, and exit to your opponents. And watch them have to either lead your never ever suit, right, which is what you want them to do, or give you a slough and a rough. It's almost like magic. That's why this is my favorite play technique of all time. Okay, that does it for our mini lesson. Thank you so much for joining me. I'd love to invite you to my weekly free mini lessons. I have 3 that I give on Wednesdays, Saturday, and Sundays at 12:45 Central Time, Central Standard Time, or Central Daylight Time, depending on the time of the year. And you can do this by visiting my teaching website, www.playbetterbridge.com, and clicking on the Live Online Lessons tab. We have an online lesson registration calendar, and you can register for any or all of my mini lessons. If you enjoy my style of teaching, I also invite you to check out all my lessons. I teach Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday mornings generally, and those are live lessons where you actually get to play the hand instead of watching me play the hand. We go to Shark Bridge and you play example hands. So please join me. I'd love to have you. If you have any questions about this mini lesson or anything else about bridge, my email is donna@playbetterbridge.com, donna@playbetterbridge.com. And I also have a Play Better Bridge blog. You can visit at playbetterbridge.wordpress.com. And you can also visit the Play Better Bridge YouTube site, where we have mini clips, sort of, 2, 3, 4-minute mini clips from all of my video lessons. So lots of great information, and I so enjoyed my time with you today. good luck in the Hollywood Magic Tournament, and I hope all the gold and silver points just run to your bucket. That does it. And have a great day. Thanks.